Hey gang, this is TJ with PixarPost.com, and I cannot even begin to tell you how excited I am to look at the Ultimate Lightning McQueen by Sphero. We're going to do everything from look at an unboxing, talk about some facts about the car. We're actually going to drive it, of course. We're going to show how it interacts when you watch the movie Cars, and give so much more about the app interface and everything like that. But what we're going to start with, of course, is the unboxing. So let's take a closer look at this. Of course, on the front, you have some awesome metallic letters here that say Ultimate Lightning McQueen by Sphero, the brilliant company that put this together. If anybody knows them, their first was the actually Sphero product, and then they made a lot of waves last year with the BB-8 that they came out with. But let's take a look at this. So, licensed to thrill. A 7-time Piston Cup champion, Lightning McQueen was born to race. Connect to the app, hit the gas, and see Lightning respond to your commands with his personality on display, thanks to emotive actions and speech. Watch him lean into hairpin turns and drift like a pro. Buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. So driving, he has emotive suspension, allowing Lightning to move like a champion, and he drift and do donuts Lightning style with authentic movement. Let's take a look at the back of the box here. I love all of the metallic overlays that they have here. So it says running LED head and tail lights, an animatronic mouth that moves, expressive LCD eyes. So cool that they made this trapezoid LCD. It's a full LCD in there. We're going to go ahead and show more of that. So Bluetooth connection, responds to touch. I think he has like 5 different touch points. We'll talk about some of those. Lifelike voice and sounds and emotive suspension. And then it says, this is Lightning McQueen. Ultimate Lightning McQueen is the top-end racing machine, complete with all the bells and whistles. With animated eyes and animatronic mouth and emotive suspension, experience Lightning like never before. Faster than fast, quicker than quick. This is Lightning. So you can see that he has Bluetooth, a 30-meter range, 40-minute battery life, and he goes up to 6 miles per hour. And of course, you can learn more at Sphero.com. And then the other side here, life in the fast lane. So gear up with Lightning McQueen and help him train for the next big race. Use the app to build racing strategy or unlock more tools to gain a competitive edge. When you're not training, kick back and relax by watching Disney Pixar's Cars with Lightning while he reacts to the movie. Ready, set, ka-chow! Build strategy, match with Lightning, and sharpen your skills. You can unlock skills, find new tools, tracks, and achievements as you play. He has reactive touch, master Lightning's latest moves with a single tap, and acting studio, sequence animations for Lightning to perform. So, guide McQueen to victory. So let's take a look at the top of the box here. It's actually all metallic. Really cool Ultimate Lightning McQueen. And then the bottom of the box, gotta turn that over. Really just talks about some more of the cautions and warnings, and it gives some of the Sphero information as far as the company. Let's get into this though, eh? All right. It's a little tricky to get open here, so let me give it a go. Oh, look at that. Okay, so when you get into them here, let's just take a quick look. I like all the extra touches. Like, obviously he has LCD eyes, so it's really neat that they put a sticker here, just so that way when he comes out of the box, he doesn't look like he's faceless or anything, or eyeless. And then this is where all the documentation is, so we'll go ahead and pull that in a minute. But looks like he's just held on here by these tire caps, which is kind of cool. So you just loosen these on each side, and then take them out. Here, let's take a closer look here at Lightning. The front portion of his face is actually a really soft rubber down here, and that's because his mouth moves. The rest of it is a really nice thick plastic. We'll get you a closer look here at some of these. So you can see these are not just stickers placed on the top of the car. It's actually really nicely done. See if I can get the glare to show you. Look at that. Of course, he's got his lucky sticker there. And the new Cars 3 design, at least one of the new Cars 3 designs that he has. And he's got that awesome yellow stripe in his tires. Show the back of Lightning here. Other side, this little cap is where you actually pull this out, and then that's where it charges Lightning. Really cool. Get a closer look at the top. Okay. And then just so you can get a sense for the bottom as well. And the tires. Now the back tires are actually more of a hard plastic, and the front tires are actually a really sticky, almost tacky, and that's obviously so that way when he does his donuts, that's how they allow him to do that. All right, now let's take a closer look at the documentation that it comes with as well. Okay, so it comes with his perfectly apt service manual, perfectly titled. And the steps look pretty easy. First step is pull off the sticker for his eyes. Second is plug them in for 30 minutes. And the third is really just download the app and get to playing. And the rest of it are just some of the other details and then multiple languages that come in the manual as well. So I can't wait to dig into this a little more and show you a little more. The other thing I did want to point out too, his charger, I should point that out too. I love the fact that they made the charger the exact same color as Lightning. Just really cool details. They could have just obviously thrown in a black charger, but it just adds that extra element that makes it that much cooler. A couple other things to note too. If you notice on the cover of the box, I'll pull this back into frame here real quick. If you see his tires in this picture, they're very, very deep tread, and they're a little different on his car. You can see that it's not quite as deep of a tread, but other than that, everything else looks to be exact in the photo. So can't wait to take a closer look at this. Let's go ahead and pull this off real carefully. And then I'll go give them a charge and download the app, and I'll see you again in a couple minutes. I actually came to a local gym so I could get a really nice smooth surface to test it on, test Lightning McQueen on, and I wanted to show you all the different things in the app as well as, of course, Lightning McQueen himself. He'll probably chime up a couple quick times because he's very anxious to start driving, but we'll give you a couple looks here. So when you first come into the app, it'll actually have you connect it as you get close to him to establish the connection, and then from there it'll look for any updates. It actually did do one already, and then it takes you to the remote control. If you click this little question mark up here, it'll give you instructions, but I'm going to run through them, essentially what it is. You press this D-pad, essentially any direction. The further you get to the outside of the circle, the faster Lightning will go. And it just essentially is like a, forward, back, and turn. Actually, for the reverse, you have to press this button first. And when you press that and then activate that, he'll actually go in reverse. This allows him to do donuts. And then if you do this, it gives him a turbo boost to go a little bit quicker. You can actually have him talk on command, which is pretty cool. He'll say it's just random phrases if you press this little speech button there.
Oh yeah, Lightning is ready. Shall we cruise?
And then if you press this little, and one of the things that I actually have found is it's very beneficial to press this little center button. It's almost like a little compass that gives it just a sense for where you are in relation to Lightning, and he'll know. So if you're in front of it or behind it, it'll be able to change directions as far as right and left. It's actually something that I have found pressing quite often.
Shall we cruise? Have I mentioned that I love your garage?
Well, thank you, Lightning. All right, so to go into some of the other modes, and we'll go through some of these. So the settings is what I'm on currently. You can change the volume of his voice, the music, and audio within the app. You have some advanced things where you can power him down.
I'm gonna fall asleep if we don't start soon.
Okay, Lightning, give me just a second. You can turn his lights on automatic mode, so whenever it's dark out, they'll turn on, or you can just slide it to the on position, and then they'll stay on all the time. You can put them to sleep, which is just a temporary mode, or like I said, the power down is under the advanced. So to give you an idea of some of the others, drive-in, I'll show you guys later. That's actually where you can watch the movie Cars, and he'll react to that. This is a performance mode, or so create scripts for Lightning to perform. It's actually really neat. So you go into rehearsal mode first, and what you do...
All right, let's do this. I am ready to be on camera.
So what you do is it actually gives you different lines that he can say, and you drag them over into this script area, and then when you go into a drive mode later, he'll actually perform them in that order. So for instance, he can just do...
Come on. Focus. Focus.
I'll do another one that I really like here.
I'm a precision instrument of speed and aerodynamics. My buddy Fillmore makes the best organic fuel in the world. Loads of power and a clean burn.
All right, so you drag them over here, and you can rearrange the order at any time if you want. And then what you do is you save them. I've already pre-built some scripts, so I'll show you some of those when we go into the performance mode. But when you close out of this, when you actually want to play those scripts, you can press these and they'll do his little animation and his speaking, and then you can start driving. You could almost have it where you do stops along the way and then do your second script, drive around some more, and do the third script. It's actually really, really neat and a lot of fun. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy that. I actually have not played this Pit Stop Panic, so we're going to check that out again in a couple of minutes. But I actually just want to get into it and just show you guys what it's like to drive Lightning. So let's give that a go. What else is under the hood for Lightning? He has more than 450 parts. He has more than 150 and counting animations which have been created. The and more comes from the fact that there are app updates that'll increase that number as time goes on. He has 6 motors, 1 controlling the animatronic mouth, 2 for his emotive suspension, 2 for his front tires, and 1 for steering. He has 5 capacitive touch panels, 3 processors being Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and the main processor controls his eye animations and more. He has that custom-built trapezoidal screen for his eyes that we talked about. He has automatic head and tail lights, versatile tires, a custom speaker and speaker box design that makes his audio crystal clear and unlike any other toy out there. He has tons of custom-built animations, and in fact, Bobby Podesta, the supervising animator on Cars 3, met with Sphero animators twice to coach them on how to stay true to the character's movements and personality while making Lightning as authentic as possible. And Jay Ward, the creative director for the Cars franchise, has been involved with Sphero's Ultimate Lightning McQueen from the very beginning. So something that took a little bit of getting used to, but now that I'm used to it, is actually really, really nice. It makes it driving pretty easy. Is normally you think of this being forward and reverse, but you do have, like I mentioned before, that reverse button that you press when you go there. But where this comes in is when he's driving away from you and you turn right or left, he'll turn right or left. But when you want to come back towards you, you circle that loop all the way down. I'll go ahead and show this again here so I keep him in frame. So you can make him do all kinds of loops, but when you go circle all the way back around is when he'll come back towards you. So it's actually a really different and really unique way to drive a car from what we're used to in a traditional RC car sense. But wow, when you get it down, it drives fantastic. It definitely takes some getting used to, though, I'll tell you that. I had no idea what I was doing at first. I'm going to give this speed boost when I come back towards us. Now that I understand how to drive Lightning McQueen, I absolutely love it. The other thing I wanted to show are some of his interactive touch panels. So if you touch this side of his car or this side, he'll react to different things where you touch him. All right, now let's take a quick look at the Pit Stop Panic game. Looks like it's an interesting little game. I kind of did a quick preview of it just to see what it was like. And we'll just do easy just to start us off.
Game on.
And so essentially what it is you pick these items as they pop up here and then apply them to where the car is. What's kind of cool is as you play, Lightning will talk as well. So if I pick something that's wrong, he'll tell me that too. So watch, like if I pick it's just applying it anywhere.
Ah, so close.
Yeah, so see I picked
Get that tire.
Oh, get the tire. But yeah, I'll explore this a little bit more and let you guys know what else is in there.
Well, I guess we could do something else.
Sorry, Lightning. All right, so let me give you a sense for some of the script mode. What essentially happens here is that I created this first script, which I thought would be like, the beginning of the movie. He's going to be focusing and getting going, and then I can start driving him.
Focus. Focus. I am speed. I am so ready for the Piston Cup. I make this look way too easy. Totally uncool, chick. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I still can't believe it was a tie. Gotta admit, Sally gives a pretty good speech. Not what I expected. Oh, my buddy Mater is quite the character.
All right, let me give some of my final wrap-up thoughts for the Ultimate Lightning McQueen by Sphero. It is a magnificent unit. I've spent lots of time with it over the last four and a half days, gone through lots of charge cycles, and when I was away from Lightning, I found myself wanting to get back to play a little bit more, so that must mean something good if I'm being called back to it to play a little bit more. While the $300 price point might be out of range for some, it truly is the Ultimate Lightning McQueen. All the different aspects, from the different touch aspects to the voice box being fantastic that we talked about, I really can't recommend it enough. It's a fantastic unit. Now, that being said, there were a couple quirks that I had along the way that I wanted to call out. When you first download the app and you place it near Lightning to update him, if for some reason you do find when you're out and about and you're using him that he's giving you any quirks, like I had one instance where no matter what I did, I could not get him to turn left. I restarted the app, that didn't seem to work. I just restarted Lightning and through the application, and it solved that from there. There was one other time where I'd actually tipped him over, and one of my favorite things is actually when I did roll him off of a curb accidentally one time, that he said, "I'll never tip a tractor over again in my life." And then he also says, "Oh, well, why is your garage upside down?" And he asks for a little bit of help. No matter what I did, after I turned him over a bunch of times, I could not get him to level out and think that he was right side up again. But again, all I had to do in that instance was restart him through the app, force quit the app, and then restart that as well. And it didn't actually take that long, but it is something that I did have a couple quirks up front. I haven't had any since, and that was all within the first day that I was using it, so I don't know if it was just working out the kinks. Like I said, it already had done the update, so there was no additional updates. I'm not sure there. A couple other things from a wish list. I did mention early on that it took me a while to figure out how to drive him, so I would say if there was some type of driving tutorial or video that you could watch, I mean, obviously outside of this one that you're watching now, that might be helpful for some new users. Also, I spent a lot of my time, I'm thinking Lightning is a precision instrument of speed and aerodynamics, and I want him to go as fast as he can all the time. And the only way you can get him to go as fast as he can is if you hold down the turbo button. I wish there was some way that you could actually lock that. Like if you did a 2-finger press on the lock button, it could on the turbo button, that it could lock that, so that way you could go a little bit faster. Also, so far, he only interacts, at least that I found, with the first Cars movie. I'd love to see a Cars 2 integration to get some reactions from that film as well. And then hopefully, through app updates, we can get, when Cars 3 comes out, some updates there as well. So again, just wrapping up, there are a couple things I mentioned that I rolled him over. So here are some other things just to wrap up that I loved. It's a very, very sturdy build. Even though he rolled down on cement, he doesn't have any major marrings or marks at all. He's a very sturdy build. And I tested this on multiple surfaces, so I can say that it drove everything from a gravelly pavement to a smooth gym floor that you guys saw me in, as well as carpet at different levels. He really does traverse a lot of terrain. He can't really go over major bumps, but I still really love the fact that he can go all across all those different surfaces. And probably one of my favorite things is just going through the different turns. When he leans into the turns and you really start going through, he just looks magnificent doing those. And really, because of all of those things, is how I can recommend the Ultimate Lightning McQueen by Sphero. And be sure to check it out. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them for you. If you have questions, please feel free to put them on our post if you're reading this on pixarpost.com, or in the video description on YouTube if you're watching it there. Any other questions that you might have, like I said, put them down below. And of course, be sure to stay tuned to pixarpost.com all week for the latest Pixar news, reviews, interviews, and more. Signing off as usual, I'm TJ. Bye-bye.